How to motivate yourself to change your behavior. Let's begin with a truth that echoes deep within every single one of us. We all possess the potential to change our lives radically, but we often hesitate. And that hesitation, it's not because we are incapable, but because we are conditioned. Conditioned to fear discomfort, conditioned to stay in the familiar, even if the familiar is holding us back. Today, my mission is to guide you through the process of igniting that fire within you, the fire that will not just spark, but sustain the motivation needed to change your behavior permanently. Let's dive into the essence of behavior. What is behavior really? It's a collection of habits, routines, thought patterns, and emotional responses that become part of who we are. Some behaviors serve us well. They propel us forward, shape our success, and nurture our relationships. Others sabotage us, they keep us stuck, cause suffering, and block us from becoming who we are meant to be. Now here's the hard truth: change is not easy, and it's not supposed to be. But it is absolutely possible. And it becomes inevitable the moment you understand how to motivate yourself on a profound level. The first step in transforming your behavior is awareness. Awareness is the flashlight that shines a light on those hidden patterns that run your life. Most people live on autopilot, going through the motions, reacting instead of responding, surviving instead of thriving. But you cannot change what you don't acknowledge. So I ask you, what patterns in your life no longer serve you? What behaviors have kept you small, stuck, and stagnant? Take a moment to reflect, because self-honesty is the foundation of all growth. Without it, motivation is just a fleeting feeling. Once you have awareness, the next step is creating emotional leverage, because logic rarely drives change. Change happens when you tap into the emotional core of why you need to change. As humans, we are motivated by two forces: the desire for pleasure and the need to avoid pain. But the truth is, pain is often a more powerful motivator. Think about how many people finally change their diet after a health scare. How many relationships are transformed only after one person reaches their emotional breaking point? The pain of staying the same must become greater than the fear of change. You can create this leverage without waiting for a crisis. Visualize with vivid clarity the consequences of not changing. Picture your life in 5, 10, or 20 years if you continue down the same path. How will it feel? Who will you become or fail to become? Conversely, imagine the future version of you who takes action today. How will your relationships improve? How will you feel waking up each morning, knowing you are aligned with your true potential? This kind of visualization is not just a mental exercise, it's a rehearsal for transformation. Now let's talk about identity. One of the biggest reasons people fail to change is because they try to change their actions without addressing their identity. If you see yourself as a procrastinator, every time you try to be productive, your mind will resist. Your behaviors are a reflection of who you believe you are. Lasting change happens when you shift your identity. Instead of saying, I want to quit smoking, say, I am not a smoker. Instead of thinking, I need to start working out, say, I am someone who values my health. When you align your identity with your goals, the actions follow naturally. But identity alone isn't enough. You must back your new identity with consistent action. And this brings me to a crucial principle: momentum beats motivation. Motivation is great, but it's fleeting. It comes and goes. Momentum, however, is self-sustaining. The more you act, the more you'll want to act. That's why the hardest part of any journey is often just starting. Take the first step, however small, and keep going. The trick is to focus on progress, not perfection. If you fall off track, don't beat yourself up, just get back on track the next day. Progress, however imperfect, compounds over time. I want to share a story to illustrate this. There was a man named James who wanted to change his life. He had struggled with his weight for years, battling emotional eating and a sedentary lifestyle. One day he made a decision: enough was enough. But instead of trying to overhaul his entire lifestyle overnight, James made a commitment to walk for 10 minutes a day. That's it, just 10 minutes. And guess what? After a week, 10 minutes turned into 20. 20 turned into 30. And soon James found himself running 5 Kansas and changing his diet, not because he forced himself, but because he had built momentum. He became someone who cherished movement and health. The lesson? Small actions taken consistently are transformative. Let's talk about environment, because it plays a massive role in shaping behavior. You can have the best intentions in the world, but if your environment reinforces the very behaviors you're trying to escape, you'll struggle. If you want to eat healthy, but your pantry is full of junk food, guess what? Your environment is working against you. If you want to quit smoking but spend time with people who smoke, it will be a constant battle. So take control of your environment. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. Remove the temptations that pull you off course. Your environment should make it easier for you to become the person you want to be, not harder. Now, I want to address a fear that holds many people back from change, the fear of failure. Let me tell you something, failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the process. Every great success story is littered with failures. It's not the absence of failure that defines greatness, it's the ability to rise after each fall. Failure is feedback, it's a teacher, not a verdict. When you change your relationship with failure, you stop fearing it. And when you stop fearing failure, you become unstoppable. But even with the best intentions, life will throw challenges your way. There will be days when motivation wanes, when you feel like giving up. In those moments, I want you to remember this: discipline is stronger than motivation. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's the ability to keep going even when you don't feel like it. And the good news? Discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Another powerful tool in the journey of change is gratitude. It may sound unrelated, but gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already working. When you cultivate gratitude, you tap into a deep sense of abundance and possibility. You realize that change is not about fixing something broken, it's about evolving into the best version of yourself. Start and end each day with gratitude. Celebrate the small wins, the progress you've made, and the lessons learned along the way. Gratitude keeps you grounded and motivated, especially on tough days. Lastly, let's talk about purpose. Purpose is the fuel that sustains long-term change. When your actions align with a purpose greater than yourself, change becomes not just desirable, but inevitable. Ask yourself, why do you want to change? What impact will it have, not just on your life, but on the lives of those around you? When you connect your behavior with a higher purpose, whether it's being a better parent, contributing to your community, or fulfilling your potential, you find a wellspring of motivation that never runs dry. As we near the end of this journey, I want to leave you with this: change is not a destination, it's a way of life. It's a commitment to continuous growth, to becoming more than you were yesterday, and to embracing the challenges that come with it. There will be days when it's hard. There will be moments when doubt creeps in. But remember this: you are stronger than you think, braver than you know, and more capable than you can imagine. The power to change your behavior in your life is already within you. You just have to claim it. So I ask you, what will you choose? Will you choose comfort, or will you choose growth? Will you choose to stay the same, or will you step into the unknown and discover who you truly are? The decision is yours, and the time to make that decision is now, not tomorrow, not someday now, because the only thing standing between who you are and who you could be is the choice you make in this moment. And when you make that choice, when you commit fully, with every fiber of your being, the world will conspire in your favor. Doors will open, opportunities will arise, and you will become a magnet for the life you desire. So go forth with courage, with passion, and with purpose. The journey of change awaits you, and I promise you this: it will be the most rewarding journey of your life. What will you do with this moment, this opportunity, this life? The power is in your hands. Now is the time to act. Now is the time to change. I believe with all my heart that you can and will do it. The question is, will you believe it too? Belief is the final and most crucial element in the formula for lasting change. Everything we've discussed today, awareness, emotional leverage, identity shifts, momentum, discipline, and purpose, ultimately boils down to this: what you believe about yourself will define your reality. You see, your mind is like the soil, and your beliefs are the seeds. Whatever you plant, whether it's doubt or confidence, fear or courage, will grow. If you tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I always fail, or I don't have what it takes, those thoughts will take root and become your reality. But if you choose to plant empowering beliefs, I am capable, I am resilient, I am worthy of change, you will cultivate a garden of growth that transforms your life from the inside out. Belief is not about faking it or wishing things were different. It's about choosing over and over to believe in your potential even when evidence suggests otherwise. It's about seeing obstacles not as reasons to quit, but as opportunities to grow stronger. Every time you choose to believe in yourself, you strengthen that belief, and over time it becomes unshakable. And here's the secret: when you believe in yourself, the world will reflect that belief back to you. Opportunities will align, people will support you, and life will respond to the energy you put out. So how do you cultivate belief when it feels like the odds are stacked against you? Start with small wins. Each time you honor your commitments, each time you take a step in the direction of your goals, you build trust with yourself. That trust is the foundation of belief. It's saying to yourself, I've got this, not because everything is perfect, but because you know you're willing to show up no matter what. Keep a journal of your victories, no matter how small, so that on the tough days you can remind yourself of how far you've come. Another way to strengthen your belief is through visualization. Close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself as the person you want to become. Feel it in your body. See yourself handling challenges with grace, making progress every day, and living a life aligned with your highest values. Visualization is not just daydreaming, it's mental rehearsal. When you practice being the person you aspire to be, you create new neural pathways in your brain that make that reality more accessible. But belief also requires patience. Change takes time. The behaviors that hold you back weren't formed overnight, and they won't disappear overnight either. It's like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, nurture it, and trust that in time it will bloom. Your job is not to control the outcome, but to control the effort. Focus on showing up every day, doing the work, and trusting the process. And let me tell you something: you will face setbacks. You will have moments of doubt. That's part of the journey. But setbacks are not signs to quit, they are signs to persevere. They are tests of your commitment. When you fall, and you will, get back up. Every time you rise after a fall, you strengthen not only your resilience, but your belief in yourself. You begin to understand that you are not defined by your failures, you are defined by how you respond to them. Let's talk about what happens when you commit to this journey of change. Over time, something extraordinary begins to unfold. Your new behaviors, once difficult and unfamiliar, become habits. Your thoughts, once filled with doubt, become empowering. The actions you once forced yourself to take become second nature. And most importantly, you begin to experience the power of momentum. One positive change leads to another. And soon you find yourself in a flow state where transformation becomes effortless. This is the magic of compounding progress: small, consistent actions building over time to create extraordinary results. Now, as you embrace this journey, there is one more thing I want you to remember: you are not alone. No one creates lasting change in isolation. Find a tribe, a community, a support system that shares your vision and values. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to be better, who challenge you to grow, and who celebrate your wins. Share your struggles and victories with them. Because when you have others on the journey with you, the path becomes lighter and the obstacles become more manageable. And here's the beautiful thing: as you change, you will inspire others to change too. Your journey becomes a beacon of hope for those around you. Your transformation sends a powerful message: if I can do it, so can you. This ripple effect is one of the greatest rewards of change. It not only transforms your life, but has the potential to change the lives of countless others. As we bring this journey to a close, I want you to take a deep breath and let everything we've discussed today sink in. You are standing on the edge of possibility, and the only thing separating you from the life you desire is action. Not tomorrow, not next week, but now. There will never be a perfect moment to start. The perfect moment is the one you choose, right here, right now. So what will you do? Will you continue to let fear, doubt, and old patterns hold you back? Or will you step into the unknown and create the life you were born to live? The choice is yours. And here's the truth: you already have everything you need within you. The power, the courage, the strength, it's all there. All that's left is for you to believe it and act on it. I believe in you, I believe in your potential, your power, and your ability to create change. But my belief means nothing if you don't believe in yourself. So I challenge you: make the decision, take the first step, trust the process. And remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. Your life is waiting. Your future is waiting. The person you are meant to be is waiting. The time to act is now. What will you do with this moment? Will you rise? Will you step into your greatness? Will you change not just your behavior, but your destiny? Because here's the final truth, my friends, the life you desire is not out there, it's inside you, waiting for you to claim it. And once you do, nothing will ever be the same again.